Welcome back, beautiful people. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. My name is Pritesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. I've got some breaking news for you all. Orion Protocol partners with IOHK, becoming the first liquidity aggregator to the Cardano blockchain. Also, Ocamfi ecosystem becomes the first launchpad and liquidity solution for Cardano. So lots to talk about as it relates to DeFi, with the highly anticipated rollout of smart contracts coming very soon to Cardano. Also, we see $500 million worth of ADA is now delegated to Mission Driven Stakepools on Cardano. So what exactly are Mission Driven Stakepools, and how are they helping to contribute to the Cardano ecosystem? Taking a look at that in more detail, as well as IOHK coming out and announcing a new round of community stakepool delegation. And if you're a developer, everything you need to know about their new Plutus Pioneers program. And last up, for those of you all who stay till the very end, talking about D equals 0. Where are we now and where are we heading? So lots of interesting things to talk about here in this video today. All of that coming up right after our sponsor. Our sponsor for today's video is Zelda Stakepool. Grow your wealth with Zelda Stakepool from Japan, currently bringing in an average return of 5.43% on your ADA. Running on dedicated server hardware, as well as bringing in a 300,000 ADA pledge to bring in the best possible rewards for all of their delegators. So if you are looking for a reliable stake pool to grow your Cardano, be sure to delegate to Zelda Stakepool, ticker ZELDA. Thank you so much to Zelda Stakepool for sponsoring today's video. So to get things started, breaking news, we see Orion Protocol partners with IOHK, becoming the first liquidity aggregator to the Cardano blockchain. So taking a look at this article, this is pretty much breaking news. We just see this here today on April 1st. Hopefully not an April Fool's joke. I think this is pretty credible, seeing that it is on their blog. But it's saying that Orion Protocol will provide a decentralized gateway to the entire digital asset market, aggregating liquidity across decentralized and centralized crypto exchanges and swap platforms in one decentralized platform. So essentially creating the infrastructure, making it so that there is an interoperable way to see all these applications merge together so that you have flows of liquidity on the Cardano blockchain. As such, Orion Protocol is proud to become the first liquidity aggregator to build on Cardano's infrastructure, working together to ensure the scalability and sustainability of the DeFi and NFT spaces. As we see a whole bunch of applications now being built on Cardano, I know a lot of hype and a lot of euphoria currently around NFTs. I think people who are skeptical about NFTs are really missing the point that it allows for frictionless trade between assets, being that these applications and these tokens are digitized. Talking more about Orion, it's saying that it is chain agnostic and doesn't rely on any one platform to bring users centralized and decentralized liquidity directly to their wallet. By integrating multiple blockchains and exchanges in one platform, Orion Protocol gives users more freedom to transact across the crypto sphere, with the mission to aggregate the market in its entirety. Integrating the Cardano blockchain infrastructure will play a significant role in enabling far greater interoperability, scalability, and performance of the protocol and each solution, from flagship product Orion Terminal to Orion NFT Aggregator. So very interesting to see that. The CEO and co-founder of the Orion Protocol, Alexei Koloskov, also gave his thoughts as it relates to this partnership. He said that it's a huge honor to partner with IOHK to become the first liquidity aggregator to the Cardano blockchain. We admire and share their focus on building a scalable and interoperable DeFi ecosystem, and we look forward to working together to achieve a sustainable future of the industry. Very interesting. So essentially bringing about DeFi solutions, bringing about liquidity, and a solution that is able to scale to those who wish to use the protocol. So very interesting. I know that there's a lot of use for this. I know a lot of people are looking at what we're seeing on DeFi on Ethereum right now, and to think that a transaction on Ethereum could cost more than the value you're actually trying to send. So it's a very interesting catch-22 that Ethereum is in right now, and I think that these partnerships that we're seeing with protocols such as Cardano as it relates to DeFi and other solutions such as NFTs very interesting to see this liquidity aggregator coming to the Cardano blockchain. Next up, I wanted to talk about Ocamfi. So this is an ecosystem, essentially the first launchpad and liquidity solution for Cardano. Ocamraiser is a decentralized fundraising vehicle. One of the use cases for DeFi is going to be lending or raising capital without selling your underlying cryptocurrency. Lots of different use cases for fundraising, and this is just going to be another platform that's going to help fit the need for some of those tools. As well as the platforms that they are building, the Ocamraiser and Occam.fi ecosystem will be supported by a soon-to-be-launched DEX and credit markets, and a single governance layer governed by a well-thought-out DAO base. What they're going to have to fuel the transactions within their ecosystem is going to be their own OCC token. Talking a bit about the proposed token and some of the utility behind it, to support the Occam ecosystem, the OCC token will allow access to premium liquidity pools, and the token will also be used for staking. OCC will also allow for continuous ecosystem diversification, essentially allowing token holders to vote on the future of the ecosystem. There are also plans to add airdrops of tokens raising capital through Ocamraiser pools to OCC token holders. So there is definitely an incentive behind their token. So as far as the token mechanics, definitely making it so that there is value and utility to holding OCC. Now, a question that many might have is what Cardano components are being used to develop this Occam ecosystem? What they've seen as it relates to the liquidity of some of these tokens, since we don't currently see exchange support for Cardano native tokens, OCC is first going to be created as an ERC20 token. However, as the Cardano ecosystem matures, it will also launch the OCC token as a Cardano native token, ensuring cross-chain fungibility through the tailor-made bridge as it moves forward. As far as being able to acquire this OCC token, it will first be available through Balancer LBP vehicles and then through Uniswap. More details will be provided in the following weeks. So keeping an eye on this, it seems like this is going to be a big piece of the puzzle to the overall DeFi ecosystem on Cardano. I wanted to very quickly just take a look at their website. This is of course a work in progress. This is Occam.fi. And we can see that the Launchpad, DEX, and DAO is coming soon. So very interesting, keeping an eye on this project as it relates to DeFi on Cardano. Next up, we see that $500 million now worth of ADA is being delegated to Mission Driven Stakepools on Cardano. The rewards from these pools, generated by the collective power of the Cardano community, are being donated to more than 100 charitable organizations worldwide. So what exactly classifies a pool as being mission-driven? What we're seeing is that a mission-driven stake pool typically would donate a portion of their block rewards to a charitable cause, either through ADA directly or through fiat currency, in addition to helping to validate transactions on the Cardano network. Not only do mission-driven pools validate these transactions, delegators themselves also receive staking rewards as normal. This represents a new and innovative way to tangibly support charities while also building your ADA balance. So it's a great thing to do if you're interested in supporting a charitable cause. There are a lot of mission-driven stake pools. We actually operate KRSNA stake pool, helping to feed, clothe, and educate those in need living in India, as well as some of the largest mission-driven stake pools that we have seen on the Cardano ecosystem, contributing to charities such as Save the Children, the Water Project, Solar Aid, and many more. Together, more than 10,000 individual delegators, ADA holders like you, have pledged a portion of their personal ADA holdings to more than 60 mission-driven stake pools on Cardano. So it's incredible to see this over $500 million being put to good use and helping charitable causes around the world. So what's next for mission-driven stake pools on Cardano? One thing I'm very excited about is transactional metadata, essentially harnessing the power of immutability of the blockchain as an audit trail of ADA donations. This would allow for delegators to independently validate that the stake pool rewards are indeed being used for charitable purposes. So I think that's a very important step as it comes to the transparency of some of these stake pools and how they are conducting their charity. So interesting to see that. I'm really looking forward to all the developments happening here for Mission Driven Stakepools. For all of our delegators delegating to KRSNA Stake Pool, thank you all so much for your support. I really do appreciate everybody who is contributing to that cause. It really does mean a lot to see us able to get to that point where we can help by giving back. Speaking about delegating to stake pools, announcing a new round of community stake pool delegation from IOHK. What we saw at the start of the year was that IOHK committed to making fresh delegations quarterly to help bootstrapping community stake pools. Running a stake pool as a small business, definitely something that many people have had difficulty with in the early days. So as a way to be able to help contribute and give back to the Cardano community, IOHK is going through and delegating to mission-driven and single pool operators. With each delegation round, their goal is to delegate enough ADA to every SPO that they can create blocks, giving them a certain level of financial security while they look to grow their delegation base. With this initiative, giving the stake pool operator the kindling, so to speak, to light the fire of their stake pool. What this is intended to do is help to get them off the ground. Of course, they do also suggest that as you treat your stake pool as a small business, continuing your own marketing efforts and providing value to the community to help bring awareness to your stake pool. So very nice to see that IOHK is helping decentralization and helping the community get off the ground with their stake pools. If you're interested in participating in this initiative, you can simply fill out the application form. The link is going to be in this article. I will be sure to leave a link for you all down in the description below. Give them as much information as possible around your stake pool and tell them what exactly that you're interested in doing in the Cardano community. Applications will close for this cohort at midnight UTC on Thursday, April 15th. We will then review the applications and announce which SPOs will receive delegation, which will be made in early May. So best of luck to all the stake pool operators who are interested in participating in IOHK's next round of delegation. Next up, if you're a developer, everything you need to know about the new Plutus Pioneer program. Very exciting to see. With the March Cardano 360, we were given some more details on this Plutus Pioneer program, getting developers trained so that they're ready to write smart contracts once we do see the Alonzo hard fork. The course will teach you the core principles of how to code in both Haskell and Plutus. The course modules will cover the building blocks of Haskell and Plutus, including functions and data types, type classes, monads, template Haskell, using the Plutus playground, the extended UTXO model, etc. So lots of technical jargon, lots of topics that you want to be familiar with before getting started with this course. They did also recommend that you brush up on your Haskell if you're interested in taking this Plutus course. Each week, they will be releasing new teaching videos from the Director of Education, Lars Brunez, along with a set of practical exercises to complete during the week as part of each module. They mentioned that some of the prior experience for this course is that you want to make sure that you are not a beginner. This is not intended for those who are still trying to figure out if they want to code on blockchain. This is going to be for people who have prior experience. You don't need to be an expert in formal methods or programming, so to speak, but you do have to have a general aptitude for logic and mathematic-like thinking. They did also recommend a guide. This is what they have linked in their article. It's called Learn You a Haskell for a Great Good, a beginner's guide. So you can definitely check out this book online. It's totally free. You can just read it online. Or if you wanted to purchase a physical copy, you can also purchase it from this website as well. So definitely check that out if you're interested in taking this course, but you feel like you might want a little bit of a refresher. I think that'll definitely be helpful to you. Now, when does this course start? So it's starting next week and will run concurrently for 10 weeks through mid-June. It will involve approximately 10 hours a week of your time and effort for each week. Will there be other Pioneer programs? So not to worry if you are not able to participate in this, or maybe you feel like it's not for you. There are, of course, going to be other types of programs that you can get signed up for. I'm really excited about the Marlowe course. They also do have one for Glow that is going to be coming out very soon as well. As it comes to writing these applications, Plutus and Marlowe are going to be the two domain-specific languages we see written in Haskell. Marlowe is very interesting because it's going to allow for something called a graphical user interface. And what that'll do is essentially taking predetermined snippets of code and arranging them in a user interface as opposed to a command line interface like you would see on a terminal, and being able to write a smart contract using these predetermined bits of logic. So it's pretty interesting. I'm really excited about Marlowe, but this is going to be for the Plutus Pioneers program. And this is also very interesting as it comes to credentials and being able to tokenize that on the blockchain. These Plutus Pioneer certificates will be represented as non-fungible tokens. So after you've completed this course and you have the accreditation to your name, you're going to see this certificate represented as a token on the blockchain, and it's going to be locked in a Plutus smart contract. Pioneers can then demonstrate their knowledge and qualification by constructing a transaction to unlock their individual token. So very cool. I love the thought process behind it. It's nice to see that there is a pilot program, so to speak, just like how we saw with the Shelley stake pool operator pioneers. We're seeing now the Plutus pioneers as we get ready for Goguen. So very interesting. If you are a developer, if you're interested in Plutus, definitely be sure to check out this article. I will be sure to leave a link down in the description below. And last up, for those of you all who have stayed till the very end, now we see D equals 0. What this means is that block production on the Cardano network is 100% in the hands of the community stake pool operators. Very incredible to see this. I know we've come a long way, all the way from the start of Shelley. I was involved in the Shelley Stake Pool Operator Pioneers group, and that was just quite a time, being able to run on the incentivized testnet and to see all the progress being made. Now 100% of blocks on Cardano are made by the community. So such an incredible moment, really something special for the entire community. Now, as it comes to the other phases as it relates to decentralization, they had broken it down into 3 pillars in this article. First we saw was block production. So now we're at that point where 100% of the blocks are minted by community stake pools. The second pillar is related to networking. What they're intending to do is implement peer-to-peer. Right now, stake pool operators have to manually configure the nodes which are going to connect to their relays on the Cardano network. What will happen with peer-to-peer implementation is that nodes online will be able to establish secure connections to other peers automatically. So it's very nice to see that they're working on this. Of course, it is something that they have to do very carefully. Messing something up like peer-to-peer could be detrimental to the Cardano blockchain. So they definitely want to be careful with that implementation. But judging by the way that we've seen rollouts in the past, I think that they have a pretty good idea of how to do so correctly. And lastly is governance. What we're seeing right now with Project Catalyst and being able to vote on ideas and proposals by members in the community, being able to vote in a decentralized manner for things such as parameters, also going to be very important to see the full decentralization capabilities of Cardano. A lot of parameters that are being discussed now are those such as K, which indicate the desired number of stake pools, as well as A0, which is the pledge benefit factor. So lots of interesting things to see still as it relates to the full capabilities of Cardano, but nonetheless, D equals 0 taking us that much closer towards a fully decentralized ecosystem. So lots of exciting things coming up with Cardano. Really incredible to see all the progress that is being made up until this point and being able to celebrate days like D equals 0 day. So guys, that is what I have for you all here in this video. I really do hope that you enjoyed it. Hopefully you did find some value from this video. If you did, please be sure to drop a like for me if you haven't done so already, and if you want to stay up to date with all the relevant Cardano news, make sure you hit that subscribe and be sure to click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. Alright everyone, thank you all again so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.